I never raised my voice. I didn't demand answers or beg her to explain. I simply turned and walked away. No goodbye, no parting words, just silence. She thought I would cling, that I'd fight to keep her, plead for clarity or another chance. She believed she still held all the power. But I vanished instead. And now she's the one left behind, searching shadows for a version of me that no longer exists. The signs had been there long before that night. Her so-called late nights at work, the way she began guarding her phone like it held her breath, the empty smiles that never reached her eyes. I noticed it all. But I chose to believe in her anyway. I chose trust, even when instinct screamed otherwise. That choice shattered the night her phone lit up while she was in the shower. I saw the message flash across the screen like a blade. I can't stop thinking about last night. When can I see you again? It was a clean, brutal cut. I didn't cry out, didn't shout. My hands curled into fists and my chest tightened like a vice. But I stayed still. I didn't confront her. I didn't accuse. I sat there, staring into a truth I could no longer unsee. The woman I loved had already offered herself to someone else. I made my decision in that silence. That night, as she slept beside me peaceful, unaware, victorious, I packed my things, slowly, quietly, with the kind of calm that comes only when something inside you has died. I didn't take much, just what I needed. I left behind the memories, the gifts, the traces of a life I no longer belonged to. I paused briefly at the door, not because I was uncertain, but because I knew the silence I left behind would haunt her louder than any words ever could. Then I stepped out, and I didn't look back. By morning, I was already gone. She likely stirred awake, expecting normalcy. Maybe she stretched, reached for her phone, even smiled at a message from the man she thought she wanted. But then she reached for me and found nothing, just cold sheets, just absence. She sat up, disoriented, scanning the room, the half-empty closet, the cleared dresser, the space where my shoes once rested. Her stomach must have dropped. Her hands probably trembled. She called my name once, maybe twice. Checked her phone, called me, straight to voicemail, again and again. Then the text started. Where are you? What's going on? Why aren't you answering? But I stayed silent. She told herself I just needed space, that I'd come back after I cooled down. But hours turned to days, days to weeks. Her certainty crumbled into unease, then dread. The truth didn't hit her all at once. It seeped in, cold and relentless, until it filled every corner of her. I was gone, and not just in body. Gone in spirit. Gone in the way that leaves no trail behind. She kept reaching out. Her messages shifted tone from confused to frustrated to pleading. Can we talk? This isn't fair. Say something, please. I messed up. I miss you. I miss us. But I didn't respond. Her voice, once so sharp and confident, lost its edge. She contacted friends, dug through social media, visited the places we once went together, hoping to catch a glimpse. But there was no trace of me. I had erased myself from her story. That's when it truly sank, and she hadn't just lost me. She'd been left behind. And no matter how hard she tried, she couldn't chase what no longer wished to be found. Still, she searched. Still, she believed that if she could just find me, just say the right thing, maybe I'd come back. Maybe I'd still be the man she remembered. Then one quiet evening, it happened. I was sitting at a small, elegant cafe tucked away in the corner of a new life. The air was still, my coffee warm between my hands. I'd found peace finally. I wasn't bitter, just distant, whole in a way I hadn't been in years. Then I heard a sharp breath, an exhale like someone had been hit in the chest. I looked up. There she was, frozen at the entrance, her eyes locked onto mine like she'd just seen a ghost. She looked older, though not in years. The change wasn't in her face, but in her posture, in the way her confidence had crumbled into something frail and unsure. She approached, slowly. It's you, she whispered, her voice catching. I never thought I'd see you again. I didn't move, didn't blink. I felt nothing, not hate, not longing, just distance. She gripped the back of the chair across from me like it could stop her from falling apart. Can we talk? She asked. Her voice cracked. Please. I sipped my coffee, let the silence bloom. What's there to say? I asked finally. She flinched like I'd slapped her. She had come expecting heartbreak or rage, but not indifference. That's when it hit her. She hadn't just lost me. I had let go. She sat down slowly, hands trembling. "I've been looking for you," she said. "I know," I replied, leaning back. Her brow furrowed. "You knew?" I nodded. "Of course. I just didn't care." The words sliced cleanly. Her lips parted like she wanted to protest. But nothing came out. We both knew the truth. This wasn't about me leaving. This was about me not looking back. "I made a terrible mistake," she said, eyes wet. "I thought I wanted something else. I didn't know how much I was losing." I tilted my head. "So why are you here? Because you regret your choice, or because the life you wanted didn't want you back?" She didn't answer. Her silence was louder than any apology that she reached for my hand, her eyes begging, "Please, let me fix this." I looked at her fingers, then back at her face. "There's nothing to fix." Tears slipped down her cheeks. "So that's it," she whispered. "You're really done with me." I stood, adjusting my jacket. My voice was quiet but steady. I was done the moment I walked away. Her face crumbled. Everything she'd built her pride on collapsed around her. She had spent months believing that if she just found me, if she just said the right words, she could bring me back. But now she understood. Nothing could reach me anymore. She hadn't just lost me. She'd lost the man who once loved her. "I don't know how to live with this," she said, her voice breaking. I looked at her. "The woman who once meant the world to me." "Then maybe," I said gently, "you shouldn't have let me go." She recoiled. But I didn't wait for a reply. I walked away as she sat frozen in that chair, watching me disappear once again, but this time with no hope of return. Round her, the world kept moving. Glasses clinked, people laughed, but she was stuck in that moment, in that loss, staring at the empty seat across from her. And when the tears slipped down her cheek, I knew it wasn't just for me. It was for the version of herself she lost when she chose someone else. And that version she'd never get back. Outside, the air was crisp, almost sharp, and I felt lighter than I had in years. I hadn't shouted. I hadn't broken anything. I hadn't wasted a single word. I had simply walked away. And sometimes, that's the most powerful revenge of all, because some people don't grieve your absence. They grieve the comfort they lost when you were still theirs. Once you understand that, you stop going back.